Hey everyone, welcome back to Brew and Boost, your daily shot of news and English. I'm Emily.
And I'm Jake. Today's story mixes perfume with science and even extinct plants.
But before we dive in, I've got a quick quiz for you, Jake, and for our listeners too.
All right, let's hear it.
Which of these unusual scents has actually been sold as a real perfume? A, the smell of a paperback book, B, the smell of outer space, or C, the smell of a wet dog?
Wow, that's hilarious. I'll go with A, the smell of a paperback book.
Great guess. We'll reveal the answer at the end of the episode. For now, let's listen in as Maya and Alex talk about a company trying to bring extinct flowers back to life through perfume. Did you hear about that company trying to bring back to life the smells of extinct plants?
Yeah, they're using cutting-edge genetic technology to recreate the scents.
That sounds one of a kind. Imagine smelling a flower nobody's experienced for over 100 years.
It does raise eyebrows, though, because nobody knows if the recreated smell is really accurate.
True, but it's still amazing that science and perfume can mix like that.
Some people say it feels almost too good to be true.
Would you actually wear a perfume based on a vanished flower?
Definitely, just for the story behind it, it makes the fragrance feel more special.
Let's go line by line and see what's happening in this conversation.
First, Maya says, "Did you hear about that company trying to bring back to life the smells of extinct plants?"
Bring back to life doesn't mean literally making something alive again. It's about reviving something that has disappeared. In this case, smells.
And extinct plants means plants that no longer exist anywhere on Earth. So the idea is recreating their scents.
Then Alex says, yeah, they're using cutting-edge genetic technology to recreate the scents.
Cutting edge means very modern and advanced, like the newest kind of science.
And recreate is different from create. It means making something again that existed before.
Next, Maya says, "That sounds one of a kind. Imagine smelling a flower nobody's experienced for over 100 years."
One of a kind means unique, something you can't find anywhere else.
And the phrase "for over 100 years" makes you realize how rare this opportunity is.
Then Alex says it does raise eyebrows, though, because nobody knows if the recreated smell is really accurate.
Raise eyebrows means people are surprised, doubtful, or maybe even suspicious.
And accurate here means close to the original. Just like in science, accuracy is important.
Maya then says, "True, but it's still amazing that science and perfume can mix like that."
True, but is a very natural way to agree partly but still give your own opinion.
And mix like that is a casual way of saying two different things, like science and art, can work together.
Then Alex says, some people say it feels almost too good to be true.
That phrase is common when something sounds great, but maybe it's not realistic.
Exactly. It shows a little healthy doubt.
Next, Maya asks, "Would you actually wear a perfume based on a vanished flower?"
The word vanished makes it sound more dramatic than just extinct. It gives a sense of mystery.
And "would you actually" is a soft but clear way of asking if someone is serious.
Finally, Alex says, definitely, just for the story behind it. It makes the fragrance feel more special.
I like that. People often care about the meaning or story of a product, not just the product itself.
And the phrase, it makes something feel more, is an easy structure to use in daily life. Like, it makes my day feel better, or it makes the room feel brighter. All right, before we move on, let's listen to the dialogue one more time. Did you hear about that company trying to bring back to life the smells of extinct plants?
Yeah, they're using cutting-edge genetic technology to recreate the scents.
That sounds one of a kind. Imagine smelling a flower nobody's experienced for over 100 years.
It does raise eyebrows, though, because nobody knows if the recreated smell is really accurate.
True, but it's still amazing that science and perfume can mix like that.
Some people say it feels almost too good to be true.
Would you actually wear a perfume based on a vanished flower?
Definitely, just for the story behind it, it makes the fragrance feel more special.
Expression spotlight. All right, time for expression spotlight. This is where we really zoom in on those 5 phrases from the dialogue.
Yeah, we want you to feel so comfortable with them that you can recognize them instantly and even start using them in your own conversations.
Let's start with bring back to life. In the dialogue, Maya said the company was trying to bring back to life the smells of extinct plants.
And that's not literal. Nobody is actually making a flower alive again. It's about reviving something that disappeared, in this case, the smell.
Exactly. This phrase often means restoring something that seemed gone. For example, if a doctor saves a patient, people might say the doctor brought them back to life. But in everyday conversation, it's often about reviving energy or interest.
Like when an old song gets popular again on TikTok, people might say, that remix brought the song back to life.
I love that. It makes the phrase super flexible. It doesn't have to be dramatic, it can be light and casual too.
Next up is cutting edge. Alex said they're using cutting edge genetic technology.
This is a classic phrase you'll hear in science, tech, even design. It just means the newest, most advanced, right at the front of progress.
The imagery is nice too, like a blade that's so sharp, it's at the edge of innovation. That's why it's cutting edge.
Oh, good point. And notice, you never say cutting edges. It's always cutting edge technology, cutting edge research, or maybe cutting edge fashion.
Yeah, nobody would say this is cutting edge pizza, unless they're being funny. But you could say this restaurant uses cutting edge cooking methods.
Then Maya said, that sounds one of a kind.
This one's really warm and positive. When you say someone or something is one of a kind, you mean they're unique, special, and there's no duplicate.
Right, it's often used as a compliment. For example, she's one of a kind usually means she's special in a good way, not strange.
And it works well with objects too. Imagine you're at an art fair and see a handmade sculpture. The seller might say, this piece is one of a kind, to make it feel valuable.
It's also a good phrase to practice for tone. Say it warmly, not flat. If you tell someone you're one of a kind, it feels like genuine praise.
Next, Alex said, it does raise eyebrows though.
I love this one. It's such a visual phrase. You can picture someone literally lifting their eyebrows when they're surprised, doubtful, or even suspicious.
Yeah, and it can be used in serious or light situations. For example, his decision to quit his job raised eyebrows at the office. Or lighter, her purple wedding dress raised eyebrows at the ceremony.
Exactly, and it's not always negative. It just means people noticed and reacted.
Important tip. You wouldn't use this about yourself. You wouldn't say, I raised eyebrows. It's always about how other people reacted to something.
And finally, Alex said, some people say it feels almost too good to be true.
This is such a useful phrase. It means something sounds amazing, but it's hard to believe, maybe even suspicious.
Yeah, we often use it when we think something might be fake, exaggerated, or impossible. For example, that travel deal sounds too good to be true.
And sometimes people even shorten it. They might just say, sounds too good to be true, without it is.
It's also a warning. If someone says, that's too good to be true, they're hinting you should be careful.
Right. It's polite skepticism. You're not accusing, you're just saying it sounds a little unbelievable.
All right, that wraps up our expression spotlight for today. We covered 5 really practical phrases: bring back to life, cutting edge, one of a kind, raise eyebrows, and too good to be true.
Yeah, these ones are going to stick with you. You'll hear them out in the real world, and now you'll know exactly what they mean.
Before we go, let's circle back to our quiz from the beginning. I asked, which of these unusual scents has actually been sold as a real perfume? A, the smell of a paperback book. B, the smell of outer space. Or C, the smell of a wet dog.
And I went with A, the smell of a paperback book.
Good guess, but the real answer is B, the smell of outer space. There's a fragrance called Ode to Space, designed to mimic what astronauts reported smelling after spacewalks.
No way. That definitely raises eyebrows.
Exactly. And hey, we just used one of today's spotlight phrases.
Perfect ending. Thanks for listening, everyone.
We'll be back tomorrow with more news and more English. Until then, keep your ears open and your language sharp.
See you next time.